Bitcoin and the whole crypto space is currently exploding. If you're someone who held through the crash, congratulations. If you're someone who bought these dips, congratulations, you bought at amazing discounts. And if you're someone who panic sold, that's okay, there's still opportunity for you guys. In this video, let's talk about Bitcoin potentially going to 100K. Let's also talk about the potential golden crossover and why I am convinced that Bitcoin is going to go to 100K. I'm not sure what the time frame is, but probably by the end of this year. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is IHM. Now let's jump into the video and let's jump into my laptop and talk about where Bitcoin is going. Take a look at this chart. This chart is the crypto total market cap. Now, as you guys can see, it has been going up recently. Let me go turn off logarithmic scale and let me show you how it's going. So right now the total market cap is about 1.835 trillion and we went down from an all-time high of 2.6 trillion. So, but we're on our way back. We went to a low recently back in last month, July 21st, of about 1.13 trillion. Everyone was panicking and everyone was calling for a bear market and Bitcoin is going to 20K. But what did I tell you guys? Wait for confirmation. You always should wait for confirmation, because if you sold this right here, if you sold this area where I gave you guys two potential scenarios, if you remember, I gave you one of them where Bitcoin might break down below here if we close under this area, the dotted line. If you want to take a look at this video right here, I did say that specifically. And I also gave another scenario where we can go up, then retrace a bit, and then keep going up. It's not exact, but what we did was we went up all the way to 42K, where I said if we break 42K, we're going to keep going up. We faced some resistance, we went down, then we went up and broke out of it, and now we used it as a support again. What that means is the market cap as well looks the same, because Bitcoin dominates about 47% of the total market cap right now. So roughly the way Bitcoin moves, the whole market is going to move. Now, one of the reasons why I think Bitcoin 100K is very possible is because of this chart right here. And that is the total market cap, as I said earlier. If you take a look at this one, back from January 2015 all the way up to January of 2018, bottom to top, we saw a 36,000% increase in the total market cap of the crypto space. We were at roughly 2 billion and we went all the way to 800 billion roughly, which is insane. Now, after that, we corrected from that all the way down to 90 billion. And that was during the bear market that we saw after the 2017 bull run and after this whole run up. But after that, ever since, we've been going up. Now, what we saw here, this small correction that we saw, is a 60% correction. Now, compare this 60% to this 87%, 57 to 87%. This was a bear market. Now, do you really think that this one is a bear market as well? It's not even 57. Let me do it exactly. It's 55%. Now, I wouldn't think that this is a bear market. I would say this is just a correction. And as it turns out, this one has been proven true. It's just a correction, because you don't exit a bear market like that with an upward trajectory like this. You exit it like this, slowly. But this one is looking parabolic, honestly. So assuming Bitcoin, or the total market cap of crypto, goes up 1/10 of the previous cycle. So this one is 36,000. Assume it goes up 3,600, which is very conservative in my opinion. And I think we have way more potential to go further than that. If this happens, then we would go up to a market cap of roughly 3.45 trillion, and the time frame is definitely not accurate. This shows October 2021, which is a few months from now. It could be December, it could be January 2022, whatever. It doesn't matter, guys. No one can predict it. No one has a crystal ball to tell you guys that it's going to happen at this specific date. But if you take a look at this one, we see that it would go up to 3.5 trillion market cap, and assuming Bitcoin stays at a 50% dominance the way it is right now, then Bitcoin's price would be $100,000, because it would be double of right now, basically. So 3.5 trillion. Right now, the market cap of Bitcoin is 860 billion. So price would be doubled. So 45 times 2 would be 90 to 100K Bitcoin. Now, if that's not conservative, I don't know what is. And personally, guys, I don't want to tell you that I believe it's going to go further than that, because I do believe that it's going to go further than that. But I just want to keep it conservative, because I don't want to overexcite you guys and tell you Bitcoin is going to 500K, because I do believe it will eventually go to 500K, since this market is very, very small. It's just 1.8 trillion right now. compare that just to the other market, which is not that big, such as commodities, which is gold and silver, which is about 15 trillion. We still have a very long ways to go. Now let's talk about the golden crossover I've been talking about. Now, if you were watching YouTube at all the past few months, everything you heard was Bitcoin death cross. Now let me explain what that is roughly. The Bitcoin death cross is when these two moving averages. So we have the red one is the 200 moving average and the green one is the 50 moving average. All you have to know about this is that when the 200 moving average is below the green moving average, then we're in a bull market. When the red line is acting as a support. In a bear market, if you take a look, I'm gonna go back to when we were going down. You see that the red becomes above the green, and basically the 200 moving average or the red line acts as a resistance instead of a support. So right here, it's a support, and then until we saw this right here, which is called the death cross. The death cross is basically when these two intersect and they cross, basically. And a golden crossover is when the red line goes back below the green line. So let me turn off the drawings again so it's clear. And take a look at this one. The red line was on top, so this is bearish. This is a death cross. As soon as we started going up again right here, we saw a golden crossover. We saw the red line go back to the bottom and the green line on top. That's basically it. This is a golden crossover and this is a death cross. Red line on top, death cross. Red line on the bottom is a golden crossover. And if you take a look at the daily chart, I like analyzing this from a bigger perspective. Notice how we saw the death cross and we're still basically hovering. So we're basically still in a bear trend technically. But look at the 12-hour. It's about to cross over, and the 10-hour already crossed over. We saw a golden crossover, and usually what happens is it starts to cascade from one time frame to a bigger time frame. So this is obviously the daily, so it's going to take a bit more time for this to cross over, but eventually we might see something like this, where these two cross over, just like that. And it's very possible from everything that's going on right now, guys. It's honestly, I don't see how it may not happen. But again, guys, don't FOMO, because what we should look out for right now is the resistance and support ranges that we have. So if you take a look right here, we saw Bitcoin break out of the 42K range that we said is a strong resistance from here. And we kind of made it a support. I would consider that support, but I would like to wait to see if this climbs higher. If it does, I don't see any resistances before 49, 50K, just straight up. And then after that, I would say straight back to 59K, because the only major resistances we see are right here. Look at the dotted line. It's basically there. So if it moves, it's going to move very fast. But again, don't FOMO in. Wait for confirmation as always. Wait for it. Maybe you can test back this range again, and then maybe you can buy Bitcoin at a cheaper rate. Why not, right? It's always good to buy cheaper Bitcoin. And now one last thing I want to talk about is the stock to flow model. And this one is a model that has been thrown out a lot recently. And let me tell you guys very briefly why I think this is a great sign. So we are here right now. And I just want you to do the simplest analysis, which is comparing this to what happened previously. So right now, as you see, look at the colors. We had orange, yellow, then greenish, and then now we're going back to green, right? And the last time this happened was right here in July of 2017, then onwards. What happened then? The crypto market exploded. So this shows us that we are not even near the previous euphoria we saw in 2017. We still have a long ways to go. Now, let's not assume that this is going to go all the way to the green and overextend past this line. So this line usually says where Bitcoin's price must be, and it says it should be at around 86K, 84K right now, and we're kind of behind schedule. But assume it goes up just right back to the line. We see 85K Bitcoin. Do you think that's possible? Take a look at this one, 2013. We saw the yellow line right here. After that, what happened? Straight up. We went all the way from $120 to $1,100. What's that? A 10x. A 10x. Then after that, we saw from 1.9K to 19K, another 10x. And then I'm not going to say from 29K to 10x to 290K. I just want to assume a 3x. Isn't that a conservative estimate? I would say it is. A 3x would put us at 90K or even maybe 100K if you want to go 3.2x or whatever. What do you guys think? Do I have a point? Do you think it's possible? Do you still think we're in a bear trend? I don't think we are. I think we didn't even exit the bull run to begin with. I think it was just a correction. It was just people who are over leveraged who caused this cascade effect where everything started dropping very quickly. And I think people who are leveraged as well, they are also some of them are also over leveraged with shorts, which is gonna make the same effect going upwards. And what I'm saying is, if it moves up, it's going to move up fast, because we have many people who are leveraged on shorts because they think Bitcoin is ending and that's it for Bitcoin. But these people think they're going to get wrecked very, very soon. You don't short Bitcoin or anything when it's in the ground, basically. You should long then. And you don't long Bitcoin when it's at 60K at all-time high. I want to say this over and over again, guys. Buy when everyone is fearful and sell when everyone is greedy. That's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it and find it informative. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Where do you think Bitcoin is going? Is 100K conservative, or do you think it's going to go higher or maybe never reach 100K? Let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.